Welcome back to this episode of Paint Society. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about the most preventable mistake and the biggest problem I'm still seeing from do-it-yourself to even professional level painters. We're going to talk about it today and how to solve the problem. And today we have a simple job, but a very unique job that we cannot mess up. This is a very pricey spoiler that is for Integra. It is a JDM Integra, and we're going to be doing it in championship white. I'm doing a full refinish completely on the spoiler, but today we're going to be doing sealer, base, and clear coat, and we cannot mess this up. And all the time people are questioning me and asking me, why am I getting dirty paint? Why isn't my spray gun not working? It's because you're not taking care of your spray gun before you put it away or in between coats. So today we're going to talk to you about how to take care of your spray gun, and also how often do you clean your spray gun? Do you do it in between color? Do you do it in between different substrates? I'm going to clear all that up today. But first, let's go ahead and show you how this gun works. And today we're going to use this empty container and show you how much we actually use when it comes to spraying and cleaning out our gun. And we're going to be using the 3M Performance spray gun. This isn't even the newest one, but what I love about this spray gun is how easy it is to clean. That is it. You can see here, these are disposable tips, and you can change them out. They're good for about maybe 30 to 35 uses depending on the material that's going through. For this particular one, I'm using a 1.2. I'm going to use that for sealer because I want my sealer to lay down smooth, and I also want it to flash uniformly, nice and even for my base coat. So it's that easy. We pop it on here and we close this collar like that, and we are good to go. Now, although the outside might look a little bit dirty because the finish here on this particular gun does not clean well, the internals are clean. We're going to be using a naked gun spray cleaner, and we're going to show you that you really don't need a lot to keep this gun clean. So before every paint job, I always spray down the inside of my gun to make sure there's no dust or any particles inside of the spray gun, and we're good to go. So now we're going to spray sealer. Now with sealer, it's only one coat. That's all you need to do. Really, if you're not covering, then you can wait 10 minutes and then do a second coat, but really one coat is all you need for sealer because it's just like primer, so it's going to cover very well. And as you start to paint, if you see that your gun is not laying down flat right away, you need to stop. The reason why is something is getting in the way, and all the other paint that you put down on the actual panel is just going to be a problem. Now here, it's a little bit hard to spray upside down, so I'm going to take this upside down here, get all the air, pressurize the cup. Now, I got a vacuum, and I can spray no problem, like so. And you can do this with any disposable cup system. A lot of folks just don't know that. You can spray upside down without a problem. And as a professional painter, I'm going to recommend sealer pretty much on everything you do. It's just cheap insurance, and you can get a little bit more aggressive with the primer and really smooth it out. I put a nice sealer job on to create a nice bond between the base coat and then the clear coat that follows. And that's my professional opinion. Although if you're at home, it might be a little bit different because it can cause a little bit more dust and a little bit more dirtier of a paint job. So if you're a professional, definitely going to recommend sealer for your shop so you can warranty everything. But at home, if you want to go ahead and prepare that primer just a little bit finer, take a little bit more time, then you can skip the sealer step. Just keep in mind that you're going to use a lot more paint when trying to cover your primer than you will sealer, because remember that sealer can cover one, and base is a little bit more translucent. It might take a few more coats to cover. For here, we're completely covered, so we can move right into our white since the vehicle is white, and we're only probably going to use about a coat and a half. Now, since that sealer, again, you don't need to clean it out in between coats of sealer. Even if you were going to apply another coat 10 minutes later, it's still not going to dry. You're going to find that most of your coatings, you can give a good 45 minutes to an hour, and they're not going to start to cake up inside your cup. Always give them a little shake if you're spending a little bit more time, especially with clear coat. Here's how it works, and here's how easy it is. I'm going to take my trigger, and I'm going to trigger it so all of the paint goes into the cup. Now, I'm not going to clean this right now with solvent or any cleaner because it's going to waste too much. I'm going to wipe it, get the majority of it out so it stays clean. So go as far as you can down. Then at this point, you can remove this. We can take our rag, we can wipe this. We can spray this down just a little bit, make sure that doesn't have any sort of sealer on it. That's done. And then we come here like this. We just give a little spritz. And that's all we really need to do. So once it's all completely clean, then we can jump right into our base coat. Now what I will typically do is I will use the same nozzle for sealer and for base coat. And then when it comes to clear, I'll show you later, you can switch it out very easily with a new one or one with a different fluid tip size. So that's it. You can see here the waste right now, that's for sealer. And this is completely clean. We'll give it a quick little wipe, and that's all there is to it. We are ready to go. We'll pop it back on. Our gun is clean. And you cannot do this with any other gun except for the 3M Performance spray gun. One of the reasons why I like it for doing these small knick-knack parts or bumpers or panels or anything like that. I never really use it for anything bigger than that, but I like it for small stuff. It really is efficient and quick. And once we have our color mixed up, it's very simple. Again, these are PPS cups. They just attach right here. This is a 2.0 version. You'll find a lot of the cheaper spray guns that are coming out, they're gonna have the 1.0 version, but the 2.0 version always comes with a new lid, so it doesn't have the collar that wraps around. So we're gonna go ahead and spray one coat on and see how it looks, and we'll also check the color against the car. Now for this particular base coat, and the majority of all base coats on the market, they're not activated. Some are, where activation means that you're gonna put a little bit of a hardener in it, and it's gonna start to have like a time frame where it starts to dry up. Maybe that's 30, 40, whatever it is. But these don't have any activator. Now, you will have an activator, again, in a single stage. A single stage, you still don't need to clean out the spray gun unless you're taking a very long time in between coats, and you shouldn't. You should always stick to the technical data sheet, let you know exactly how long between coats, usually around 10 minutes. And I talk to a lot of painters online, and I go to a lot of shops, and I look at their spray guns, and they should be ashamed of what they're using to spray paint on a vehicle that they want to come out nice, because if you don't take the time to clean out your turtles of your spray gun, it's never going to spray accurately. And that's one of the reasons why I like the 3M Performance spray tip, guys, because I've been using it for a while, and honestly, 3M doesn't tell me to make videos. I make videos on what I like, and I like this spray gun. They don't even know I'm making this video. But what I like about it is, if, let's say you forgot primer in here and you let it all dry up, you can easily take that cap off and replace it with a new, and you haven't ruined the spray gun. So basically, you have a brand new spray gun each and every time you change that fluid tip, and it's very simple to do. And I showed you, and I'm going to show you guys again when it comes to clear coat. So that's all there is. I've sprayed down the base. The base is all nice, and I'll go ahead and check the color, see if the color matches decent, and then we'll come here and I'll spray a second coat. But before I spray a second coat, I'm still not going to clean it out. There's absolutely no reason. All I'm gonna do is just put it right here and literally let it sit until it's the second coat. And 10 minutes later, absolutely no cleaning. I give it a little shake, make sure everything's moving around. Now I'm ready to apply my second coat. Now I know a lot of you guys are gonna have questions about this paint stand. This is a Flexible Tools paint stand, and I am not able to do any of these jobs without this paint stand. A lot of folks come to me for these types of spoilers or weird things to kind of mount and hang and do different types of parts that just are hard to mount, and I'm always using Flexible Tools paint stands for this. Can't find this on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys are interested in getting similar, but this thing is just great. You can move it around, manipulate it. I've painted dozens and dozens of spoilers on top of it. I've actually prepped on top of it. I've never had any sort of problem. Once you know how to mount any type of part to any specific type of stand, you can really get a good job out of it, and also manipulate your body in such a way to get the paint where it needs to be. So that's gonna be fine right there. This is ready for clear coat. So now we're gonna show you what you need to do now when it comes to clear coat, whether you have the 3M Performance gun or just another spray gun. All right, so now check this out. I'm gonna take my trigger it down again. I have leftover paint if I need, cap that off, I'm good to go. I'm gonna take that same towel, I'm gonna wipe out all the base coat that I can, so I don't have to waste material trying to get it out. I'll come over here, I'm gonna do the same process. Naked gun, double shot, pop that in there. And now I'm not gonna use this same exact fluid tip, it will be fine. But I just prefer, just in case there's something I can't see that dried up from sealer or base coat, I'm gonna prefer to use a clear coat one. And there's no specific clear coat tip, it's just the fact that I'm gonna use one that's always I use for clear coat. That way I don't have to worry about any sort of debris that's a different color coming out on the white. We all know how that works. It's not fun getting a black speck or something else in your white paint job. It just really never ever comes out. So we'll do that, we'll clean this up. This one's good to go. And if you had a normal spray gun, you would take out the fluid tip and you would just clean it all out. And I always recommend cleaning out your full spray gun before clear coat. That's just my recommendation. You don't need to necessarily do it before base coat, but before clear coat. So I'm not going to use this right now. Now check this out. You could turn this gun into a 1.8 for primer, super high build primer. We have a 1.3, which I'm going to use, and I have 1.4. It comes in many different fluid tips. Again, this is not an advertisement. I'm just showing you what I use all the time. And these are the fine atomization tips that they atomize better than HVLP. I really do like them, to be honest with you. So basically what we have here is a brand new fluid tip. Now, does that mean this one's garbage? No, that means I'm just gonna put this one to the side and I'll pop it back on once I'm gonna do some sealer or base for a different job. And now I know this one is brand new and it's only gonna be used for clear coat from here on out. Same gun, same needle, just different head right here. Now it's time for clear coat. Let's see how well it atomizes. See, a lot of folks think that they need to go ahead and clean out their spray gun in between coats of clear. That is not needed. Again, you don't know what you don't know. So you're gonna think that maybe it's gonna dry up or your paint's not gonna spray as nice. That's not the case. You're gonna have to worry about that if you're like 45 minutes without touching this. Now, I'm also not here to say that this is the best spray gun that atomizes the best. It's not, but it's the most versatile spray gun on the market. You will not find a quicker, more productive gun than this spray gun that I have right here in my hands. And again, folks always wonder, how do you get it so nice and clean underneath? That is because nothing touches the spoiler. It is a spoiler that is suspended in midair, and I don't have to worry about anything bridging on the spoiler, touching it. It is a full factory refinish style type of job that we're doing here. And not a lot of folks have this, so they're not able to do the same type of job. So that's it. We sprayed this first coat on. Am I gonna clean this? No. I'm gonna leave it right back on here. 10 minutes later, coat number 2, we'll come back and spray the second coat. And here it is after the first coat. It's looking really good, and we're gonna lay down that second coat now. Now, I understand this might not be the most glamorous video that I ever make, but it's one of the very important videos. One of the biggest questions that you always have is about, when do I clean my spray gun? And here, we're clearing it all up for you so you guys get better jobs. So let's lay down that second coat, let it dry, and see what it looks like. Now, for my second coat, I'm gonna do the bottom side first because I wanna finish with the top, because all the overspray is gonna come back around to the top, and I wanna make sure that I have everything nice and smooth. I'm always a big fan of spraying where you can't see and keeping it nice and smooth. All those edges are nice and smooth, no matter where it is on the spoiler. And then before I go ahead and move it, I've got to double check it and make sure it's smooth, because I won't have a chance to come back here. Like this leading edge right here is a little bit orange feel, so I'll put a little bit more paint on it. And at that point, we're good to hit up the top. There we go. And I'll come here, and now I can go ahead and just glaze right through it. No problem. I'll just paint it like we're painting a regular piece, keeping it nice and smooth, but I'm also looking at the finish as I'm spraying it. Now these guns, I will say, the trigger is a little bit notchy when you go and replace it. It always is a little bit hard to push because that needle is trying to work through that new atomizing head, so that they're a little bit stiff at first, but after a few uses, it smooths up. And like I said, there is a new 3M performance gun. I don't have it, so I don't know if that's a problem on the newest one. They made some minor changes to the actual finish and then to the knobs as well. Now let's check to see how much material we used. So I'll go ahead and take this head off. We'll give it a spray. You don't need to wipe it. This will liquefy it pretty well since it's clear coat. I'll come in here, I'll spritz it down, and then I'll do the same thing to the spray gun. And that's all there is to it. I'll go ahead and put my original head on there, since that is what we're going to use for sealer and base the next time. And let's take a look at what we have. We have an empty cup here, and I'm going to guess around 3 ounces or so to clean this spray gun. And right here, let's take a look. So once it balances out, it's in around 3 ounces. So a good way to save some money, and again, really productive when it comes to spraying. And just too many folks are making this mistake too often. Again, I come into your shops, a lot of you call me for help, or you call me on Instagram, come and take a look what's going wrong. And I walk into a dirty paint booth, I walk into a dirty environment, and I see your guns, and it's obvious. This is the first reason why you aren't getting decent spray guns. You know, when painting, there's so many things that you can control. So control the things that you can. You can control how clean your spray gun is. There's some things you can't control. Like, things just happen, right? We all know about Murphy's Law. So my advice is you control the things you can to get the best, cleanest paint job. We're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna get it on the car, take a look and see how it looks. Guys, this is Brian from Paint Society reminding you, don't overthink it. It's just paint. I'll see you guys on the next episode.